Which version of the Bible is
It'd
the
be
most
KJ.
popular?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I wonder what the Pope, what version of the Bible does the Pope get around?
Well, he's a Roman Catholic.
And what's that mean?
Probably the KJ. Probably the King James Bible. He's probably a big fan.
Okay. So KJ,
Yeah.
55%. This is Bible translate. Wikipedia is just, look, it's the first thing that's come up on Google when I've asked. King James Version, 55%. New International Version, 19%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The New Revised Standard Version, 7%. And the New American Bible, 6%.
They name these like I name files on my desktop. The new revised, the new revised.txt, revised, the final one.
Oh, man, this one's sick. The Living Bible.
Oh, I like that. I like the idea of that.
So what do you do? Just keep updating the meaning to be current with the times?
Yeah, just get with the times.
And Moses took his iPhone and texted thy neighbor.
Yeah.
Do not covet thy neighbor's cheeseburger.
Yeah, do not covet thy neighbor's goods, e.g. cheeseburger/iPhone.
Oh, man, imagine if I should do a innate version of the Bible. Just every time I read something, just write down what I think is happening.
And then what, everything else is as standard? If you understand it, you just leave it?
I wouldn't be leaving much.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard read, but so is Shakespeare. I think you'd
That's
have
true.
a hard time
That's
reading
true.
Shakespeare, man. I think you'd have a hard time reading. I can't read. So there's a newspaper from 1895 or something that I've got. I find it difficult to read.
Yeah.
And that's from my city that I lived in my whole life.
It's not even a translation.
It's English.
It's English in your city.
I can't understand it. And I think it took ages for Australia to get the accent. We were all from everywhere. We were
I wonder how the Australian accent came about. Is it because of the climate or something? What is it?
I've said it before, even on this show, that I think it could have been the Indigenous Australians' effect on us as part of us being.
That's great. It's NAIDOC week.
Yeah, that's where I think
that's a very interesting idea. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Well,
I said the climate.
Here's the interesting part.
How you going?
Yeah, that's decent.
Call that a knife.
Yeah. And then
again, you're doing knifey spoony before.
You're doing The Simpsons, doing an Australian accent again. Like this is what we get brought up on. Hey, I saw a great Simpsons bit just quickly. It was Marge and Lisa watching TV at home, and it's a guy. He pulls up to a gas station and honks his horn. 3 babes come out wearing bikinis to like service his car. One pops the hood to make it look like it's his dong. One does the windscreen wipe with her boobs over the hood. And
classic.
It's this rock music playing. And then it shows the next chick and she's got the petrol pump. She's got the hose and she puts it into the petrol pump and looks at him with nice raisy eyebrows.
Yeah.
And then it goes and zooms in on the chick's cleavage and she's got a cross on and it goes, "The Catholic Church, we've made a few changes."
They got on board, man. Sex sells. They figured it out. They cracked the code.
Yeah. Lisa says something like, "Mom, these Super Bowl commercials are getting weird." So it's like Super Bowl Catholic Church ad.
There's also this thing called the Toba catastrophe theory, which suggests that the eruption caused a severe global volcanic winter of 6 to 10 years and contributed to a 1,000-year-long cooling episode, resulting in a genetic bottleneck of humans.
Ah. Wow.
So it was a serious deal.
It was a big deal. It's fair.
And then imagine trying to describe to people, if things went really backwards, describe to people what life was like.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that you survived the cataclysm and in 30 years' time, people are going, "Oi, Tell that story again about the old days, and you'd
Man,
go.
I'd be telling people
man,
about flushing toilets, the flushing
tails.
toilets. I mean, man, I just bogged into like a thing, and I push a button,
and all the kids are just looking at you like this, going, "Yeah, what happened?"
A whirlpool just sucks it down the tube, and they go, "Where's it go?" And I go, "Fucking don't care, don't care, don't know." They wouldn't even believe me.
Yeah,
they wouldn't believe me.
I like that you went straight to toilets.
They fascinate me. They're not going
to believe this. It used to be just like in the 80s or something, an AFL commentator would see some gesture and they'd be like, "See that there? That guy is a really, really good bloke, that guy right there. What a good bloke." And it would have been something small. They've picked up on what men were able to express at the time, and they've gone, "He's done the maximum. He's done the absolute maximum. You can't express yourself as a man much more than he just did just then. That is a good, top quality bloke right there."
You think you're safe. You think you're safe in the lawn bowl environment, but you might not be.
Yeah. You're safer in a boxing ring. Have a think about that. You're safer in a boxing ring, getting your head punched in. It's wild.
But you've got your wits about you in a boxing ring.
Yeah. You're aware of the dangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like on high alert. You're sort of spinning around.
Yeah.
When you're just lounging about in lawn bowls, you know, the vending machine falls over or the meteor falls out of the sky, and you're just not ready for it. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of a bit about the danger that I felt in India in the cars there, because when you're driving around the streets, I wasn't driving, but anytime I was, I thought there's so much danger around that everyone just knows that there's danger around, so everyone's hypervigilant. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Everyone's hypervigilant, lots of danger. In Australia, you come back and everyone's very nonchalant out there. There's no hypervigilancy on the roads, but the danger's low.
And they're driving 110 kilometers an hour with a beer in their hand. They're not relying on this guy.
Yeah, where does he come in?
Only 3 NBA players in history have been picked with numbers equal or worse than Bronny. So he's one of the biggest turds ever picked up in the NBA. No offense. I mean, I love the fact. Yeah,
you want to see it. You want to see it. You want to see it. You're one of those people.
He's a talentless wanker by the sound of things, but I'm going to get his jersey or something. Maybe, probably not. But he's my boy now, because with all the odds stacked against him, with no talent, no
he can
stats,
Karate Kid this shit.
Yes. I want to see him have a career. I want to see him I want him to be, when they look through the 55th picks in the future, they go, LeBron James' son. He did it.
Yeah, well, and his record, as in his current record, his past then, his future past, I like that. His future past becomes this retcon thing where they're like, he was picked up second round in the draft. People were just saying that he was getting picked up to sell a few T-shirts for playing with his old man. People thought he was shit. He had the worst numbers coming into the NBA ever. The worst numbers coming into the NBA draft ever. And he had a career. He won 3 championship rings. He got to play with his old man. His old man ended up coach of the team. It's a huge story. It's a beautiful thing. You know, we couldn't have planned this any better. How did they get this pick? He should have been pick number 1. All this sort of shit. There'll be people will talk shit about it for years to come. It'll sell papers, even though paper doesn't exist in the future.
They'll actually start making papers again. They'll start
making papers again. Yes. The only one who's either still in the race or still polling any numbers is RFK Jr. And it would have been weird to have him on the debate stage as a third person, because
because he's not 80.
I think that from their perspective, meaning Joe Biden and Donald Trump, they probably don't want him up there.
No,
right?
It just gives him a
platform, right? But also because he can probably upstage them on a couple of things, like being a younger man.
He might have a better golf swing.
He may have a better golf swing or a handicap.
Heaven forbid.
Have a 3-way golfing tournament off for the presidency.
Just one hole.
We've had enough. Yeah, one hole. A par 3 will make it easy.
Or even just longest drive.
Longest drive wins.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. 4 more years of Trump then, I guess, because he just looks like he can generate a lot of power. I don't know.
We haven't even seen RFK's game.
I know he could be a sleeping giant on this one.
Urseg apparently has. I got this out of the community newspaper that was put in my letterbox. He's got a 12-2 record. I'd never heard of him, but he
fought for the title, dude.
Did he? I don't pay attention. Like, I wouldn't know.
I know
who he is. I've never heard of him. So 12-2. He trains out of Wilkes Martial Arts Academy in Myaree.
I know.
Now, I have gone there for 2 jiu-jitsu lessons before.
Yeah.
So am I a colleague of him? Am I his training partner? Could I say I'm his training partner?
You can. Yeah, absolutely. You could say that.
No, good. I didn't think you were going to allow me to say that.
You could
I didn't think you were going to give me that.
Like, you could say he's your contemporary because you've trained at the same school. So he's your contemporary.
Yeah, good one. Because I was thinking,
I don't think you should go straight to he's my training partner or I'm his coach or I'll fuck you up.
I thought I was going to start with training partner.
Could I say I'm his lover? Could I say I'm his lover? Could I tell people that me and him are a thing?
I thought you were going to whittle me down to being acquaintances.
Sometimes I like to. Sometimes
I didn't know if you were even going to allow me to be an acquaintance though, because I've actually met him. Contemporary. He's my contemporary.
Yeah,
and I've got a 0-0 record, so I'm actually undefeated.
That's one way of looking at it. Yes. Now, here's the interesting part. And I read this out to a few friends of mine who are Perth-based people who are into this kind of jam. Listen to this as background, okay? And get excited where appropriate, okay?
Okay.
The event will mark the promotion's 3rd visit to Perth and first since UFC 284 in February 2023, as well as the beginning
of... That was my wedding.
Yeah, I remember. As well as the beginning of a multi-year deal for twice annual events in the city.
Really?
In the city. We're going to get more cards than some places in America.
What?
That should be getting cards. Like, we're going to get cards over places that should be definitely getting cards. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to get some cards.
But they're not going to be numbered UFC events, are they? They're just going to be like fight nights and stuff.
Annual events in the city.
Yeah,
but
we're going to be copping fight nights. So I hear Israel lost his title to Strickland.
Yes, and Strickland lost his to
Duplessis. So they've got a rock, scissor, paper thing going on. Now we got Israel versus Duplessis. So we've got rock versus... so if Israel...
So let's say Strickland is rock.
Okay.
That would make Izzy scissors.
Yes.
That would make Duplessis paper.
Yeah,
because paper beat rock, right?
Yeah, okay. So Israel may beat Duplessis on that
based
on that
off
logic.
that alone. Yeah.
Well, that's the paper logic is pretty solid.
GG.
It's
that's GG.
solid. Yeah,
and the rules are quite clear. Is that unless someone does like Statue of Liberty or something, paper does get defeated by scissors. It cuts.
I might actually drop a bit of money on that because that logic is undeniable.
What, you're going to put some money on scissors?
Easy. Yeah, it's easy.
You're going to put money on scissors to beat paper. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You're going to put money on scissors to beat paper.
Of course. Of course.
It's the easiest bet ever.
Who would not bet on scissors to beat paper? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
What's easy paying? And so what does it mean if Duplessis is plus 102? I hate it when they do odds like this. And Adesanya is negative 125. So who's the favourite? Is it the negative?
I would have thought that the negative would have been the favourite.
That's what I thought. I don't understand those odds. Is that just America being like...
It's so weird. Like
dick?
if you get someone to explain it to you, it's really annoying because they go, if you put $100 on them... Okay, this is exactly what the people tell you when they say, how does it work? This is exactly what they say. American odds are centered around $100. Okay? Great. Not odds, just $100. A $100 bet at 120 pays 120. A 140 bet at negative 140 pays 100. Do you understand?
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate it.
It's shit.
That's the worst.
It's shit.
That is the worst. And I think it encourages bigger bets because otherwise you don't even know what you're doing.
Right.
I know you can just divide it all by 10 or 100, but...
That's what
it's too confusing.
Done,
why don't they just get on board with the rest of... Fuck. I know this isn't the imperial system, but it feels like it. It feels like it.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel metric to me. It's got non-metric vibes about it, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
They're just such pricks.
If you get $100, why do I need $100?
All the fucking
just tell me what
nukes.
the odds are. Just tell me what the odds are.